flip. And yes, you heard that right. That entire song was made out of oranges. So I've been toying around with the idea of actually having a song made out of a weird object. And this is nothing new. I understand that. But at the same time, I've always thought of these ideas and never actually like acted upon them. So I was walking around my kitchen the other day and I was looking for a knife to cut the orange with, and while I was looking, I was like playing with it in my hand, and I found out you can make different sounds by dropping it, just moving it from hand to hand, hitting it with my thumb, putting it on the table. It got me intrigued into how can I make this into a song, how far can I stretch this out. So what you heard previously is actually the song itself, and I'm gonna just walk you through my process of how I did it. And I hope you get something out of it and you can make weird sounds with, you know, objects around your house that you keep or eat or devour. Okay, so right here what I have is actually the entire project, and the entire project is not that complicated. Oh, we only got 27 tracks. The entire thing actually started off with just these little ploops right here. It's nothing. It's just a little slap. And this percussion section actually is made out of a bunch of taps and slaps that I made out of the orange. Moving on, I actually wanted to have a kick, so I ended up making a kick out of me dropping the orange. I added a little bit of EQ so I take off some of the high end of it, so I can make it a little bit bassy. And also, I believe I pitch shifted. Yeah, I pitch shifted it down for 2 semitones. Never know an orange could be like so jivey. Later on, I actually made a hi-hat out of peeling the entire orange. So this little section right here is what that hi-hat is. And you can even hear some of the scraping on it. I actually didn't think I did anything with it. I just love the fact that it sounded very high pitched. Basically, it made a little pitch noise that I cut on both ends, and it ended up being just a nice little scratch, like a little hi-hat. Later on, I actually made different hi-hats. So this guy I wanted to rise, so I ended up rising each and every one of these guys by 2 every single time. So it ended up giving this kind of rising effect. I made two sets of kicks, and I don't know why I did this, but this is the first kick, and then added even more percussion on top of it. And the second kick is way down here, and it just brings that little extra bassiness that it needs on the kick. So later on, I figured out that I have a hi-hat and a kick, but I forgot completely about the snare. What I did is I put a snare focus on there and another little compressor so I can actually get the punch out of it. Duplicated it, and one of them is actually just normal. The other one is 14 semitones down. Second one is 7 semitones up. So it sounds like this. And in reality, you can mess around with these and have it be like way bigger and sound way grandioso. At the end, I didn't want anything to just get meshed together. So every time you use reverb, make sure you use just a small amount. And that's the entire point of why these snares don't even have a reverb. And it sounds like this. Later on, I decided I need something to play melody with, and this is where this little bass line came in. What I ended up doing here is I actually got one of the samples and went in so close to the point where it is just a single sine wave with a little bit of a crossfade on it. So it sounds like... So if you do this, if you cut it down to the smallest part, you get this little neat sine wave that I ended up putting an amp filter on, an amp on it, which I don't know why, but it sounded cool to me. And you can definitely play it at different things. So, and yeah, it actually ended up being this bass line. it becomes so freaking funky instantly. But I was missing the top end, actually. I was missing something, a little bit of harmonious, a little bit of a harmony on top. And this is something unique that I did again, which I ended up sculpting out just the mid frequencies of this one particular sample. And I believe it's the same sample from before, from the bass, that I just took out, put a compressor on it, put a little bit of echo, and it sounds like this. and it just adds a whole different dimension to the entire thing. Hey yo, this is Flip from the future. I completely forgot to mention something when I was originally recording the entire video, that I made a tiny little sound in the middle of the song in a very unique way. So the way that I did it is I grabbed a percussive sound and put 2 EQs on it, which emphasized the frequencies of the note A, which is 440 hertz. I also layered that with some compression on top of it and a little bit of reverb, exported the entire thing, and voila. The final 2 parts that I actually worked on is the clave sound, which I did by hollowing out the orange and just clapping 2 pieces together. Looks like a great big fucking mess. It made for a nice little tiny B section. And the second part is I grabbed the bass that we already made, duplicated that, pitch shifted up, and then just made it into a lush sound that I can play a melody with. Heavenly. And there you go. The entire song is done. This entire project was actually fun to make. I really hope that I can make more of this in the future. If you guys have any ideas on what object should I use to make a song, just please drop it down in the description below. And yeah, I'll see what I can grab and make the thing so we can all have a jolly old time. Like if you liked the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support the channel, please tell your friends and just post it on social media if you think it's entertaining enough. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye. Bye. I'll see you. I got nowhere to go. I gotta get back to editing the stupid video, man.